Imagine, for a moment, standing at the edge of a vast, shimmering lake. You peer into the water, and instead of seeing your reflection, you see another you. A version of yourself, living a completely different life. The question that pulses in your mind is simple yet profound. What if this world, this very moment, isn't the only one? What if every decision we make, every path we take, spins off into a universe all its own? And what if, just beyond the veil of our perception, these parallel worlds exist, hidden from our view, yet intricately woven into the fabric of reality? This is the mind-bending possibility that many believe could be true. A concept so powerful, it has captured the imagination of scientists, philosophers, and mystics alike: parallel universes. But are we truly living in one? Or perhaps, are we living in many? What if your life, as you know it, is just one thread in an infinite tapestry, where every choice you make splits reality, creating endless versions of you, scattered across an infinite cosmos? The very fabric of existence might be far more complex than we ever imagined. In this video, we will delve into the shocking truth behind parallel universes, unraveling the mysteries, the science, and the ancient wisdom that may hold the key to understanding this extraordinary concept. We'll explore the ancient teachings that spoke of multiple worlds long before modern physics ever considered them, and examine the theories that suggest our reality is only one of many. Before we continue, if you're intrigued and eager to learn more about these profound mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button, so you don't miss the truth hidden in the fabric of reality itself. Stay with me, as we journey into a realm of mystery and wonder, right after this. Long before quantum mechanics, before the birth of modern science, the idea of parallel worlds, realms existing simultaneously alongside our own, was already embedded deep in the spiritual and philosophical traditions of ancient cultures. These civilizations may not have had the scientific tools to measure the cosmos as we do today, but their wisdom tapped into the very heart of the mystery that we're only now beginning to understand. Take, for example, the ancient Indian concept of multiverses, known in their scriptures as lokas. The Vedas, ancient texts that form the foundation of Hindu philosophy, describe numerous planes of existence, each one distinct, yet interconnected. Some lokas are realms of bliss, while others are places of torment or challenge. It was believed that one's karma determined the realm into which they would be reborn, reflecting an understanding that our reality is not isolated but part of a far broader system, endlessly expanding and intertwining. Similarly, in the mystical traditions of the West, particularly in Kabbalah, there exists the concept of Ein Sof, the infinite, boundless aspect of God that emanates multiple dimensions or worlds, each representing different stages of spiritual realization. These worlds, often referred to as alamat, are realms that coexist, one overlaid upon the other, hidden from the senses but accessible to the spiritually advanced. These realms aren't mere abstractions, they form a practical, metaphysical map of the cosmos, one that, intriguingly, aligns with modern scientific ideas about parallel universes. Even in ancient Egypt, the idea of parallel realms was explored through the concept of the Duat, the realm of the dead, which was believed to exist alongside our world, a mirror image of the physical one but hidden from our everyday experience. This was a place where the soul would journey after death, navigating through various levels of reality until it reached its final destination. The ancient Egyptians envisioned an afterlife that was not linear, not singular, but multifaceted, reflecting the fluid nature of existence itself. As we move to more recent times, the concept of parallel universes began to take root in Western thought, largely through the work of philosophers such as Giordano Bruno in the 16th century. Bruno, a radical thinker who was later burned at the stake for heresy, proposed that the universe was infinite and that countless worlds existed throughout space, potentially supporting life in forms unimaginable to us. While his theories were dismissed as fantastical by the mainstream, they set the stage for the later developments in modern physics. In the 20th century, the idea of parallel universes took on new meaning through the groundbreaking work of physicists like Hugh Everett, who, in 1957, proposed the many-worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. According to Everett, every time a decision is made, the universe splits, creating an alternate reality where the opposite choice was made. This theory, though initially met with skepticism, has gained traction over the years and continues to spark intense debate in the world of quantum mechanics. This historical and philosophical backdrop is essential in understanding why the concept of parallel universes resonates so deeply with humanity. From ancient wisdom to modern physics, the notion that our reality may not be as singular as we once thought has been with us for centuries. But why does this matter? Why should we, in the modern age, care about what the ancients believed or what quantum physicists are discovering? The reason is simple: our perception of reality shapes everything. The belief in parallel universes challenges us to rethink the nature of existence, free will, and the very structure of the cosmos. It hints at the possibility that the boundaries of our consciousness are not limited by the confines of this world but extend into realms we cannot yet perceive. This is more than just a thought experiment. It's a spiritual and existential question that speaks to the core of who we are, what we are capable of, and where we are headed. Now that we've laid the groundwork with the philosophical and historical context, it's time to dive deeper into the core of the parallel universe theory, what it actually means, how it works, and why it matters. To truly understand the impact of parallel universes on our lives, we must first grasp the fundamental ideas that underpin this fascinating concept. 1. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. Let's begin with the scientific foundation, the many worlds interpretation, MWI, of quantum mechanics. In the traditional view of quantum mechanics, particles exist in a state of probability, only deciding on a particular state when they are observed. This leads to a perplexing phenomenon called quantum superposition, where a particle can exist in multiple states at once, both here and there, alive and dead, in a sense. This paradox was famously illustrated by the thought experiment of Schrödinger's cat, a cat that is both alive and dead until observed. Hugh Everett's revolutionary insight in 1957 was that instead of a single universe collapsing into one observable state upon observation, the universe actually splits into multiple, non-interacting versions. Every decision or event that has a quantum element results in a branching of the universe, creating a new parallel reality where each possibility is realized. This means that for every choice you've ever made, whether big or small, there exists another version of you living out the alternate scenario. Perhaps you never chose to take that job, or you never moved to that city. Somewhere, in a parallel universe, another you is living that other life. In this way, parallel universes aren't just theoretical musings, they're grounded in the very laws that govern the quantum world. But how does this connect to our everyday experience? If parallel worlds exist, do they have any influence on us, or are they completely separate and inaccessible? 2. The interconnectedness of realities, theoretical implications. If we accept the premise that multiple realities are branching off from every quantum event, we must then consider the nature of these worlds. Are they truly separate, or do they interact in subtle ways? Could it be that these parallel worlds aren't just static copies of our own, but living, breathing systems that influence us in ways we don't perceive? In many esoteric traditions, there is a belief that all realities are interconnected. The ancient sages and mystics spoke of realms beyond the physical one, suggesting that our world is but one layer in a grander cosmic structure. These worlds, while seemingly distinct, are often described as overlapping and interpenetrating. This idea aligns intriguingly with modern scientific thought, where quantum entanglement, an effect where particles become mysteriously linked across vast distances, suggests that all things are interconnected in ways we cannot yet fully comprehend. In this context, parallel universes may not be as isolated as we might think. There could be moments, glimpses of synchronicity, where the boundaries between our reality and these other worlds blur, revealing an interconnected web of existence. In these moments, you might experience déjà vu, where you suddenly feel as though you've lived a particular moment before, or perhaps you've had vivid dreams of alternate lives. These could be echoes from parallel universes brushing against our own, nudging us with fragments of reality that lie just beyond our reach. 3. The role of consciousness in shaping parallel worlds. Now, let's shift to an even more profound aspect of parallel universes, consciousness. Could our awareness and perception of reality play a role in the creation or navigation of parallel worlds? This idea is explored in both modern science and ancient spiritual traditions. In many Eastern philosophies, particularly in Buddhism and Taoism, the concept of illusion, or Maya, suggests that the world we perceive is not an objective reality, but a manifestation of the mind. What if the act of observation, the very way we engage with the world, creates the reality we experience, not just in the present moment, but across multiple dimensions? In quantum mechanics, this idea finds resonance in the observer effect, the theory that the act of observing a quantum system influences its state. In a sense, our consciousness is not just a passive witness to reality, it is an active participant in the unfolding of the cosmos. If consciousness can influence the outcome of a quantum event, then perhaps our awareness has a role in selecting or even creating the reality we experience. This brings us to a profound question: could our consciousness choose which parallel universe to inhabit, or are we merely passive observers in the grand multiverse? Some theories suggest that our minds, through focused intention and awareness, could potentially shift between these worlds, much like shifting between dreams or parallel streams of thought. In this sense, we are not bound by the single linear progression of time and space. We may have the ability, consciously or unconsciously, to navigate the multiverse through the choices we make and the paths we follow. 4. Philosophical questions. Are we living in a parallel universe? At this point, the question becomes personal. Are we living in a parallel universe? If multiple realities exist, then what does it mean for us as individuals? Are we living in a version of the universe we were meant to experience, or is there a deeper, hidden truth about our existence? The very concept of parallel universes challenges our understanding of destiny, free will, and fate. Perhaps, in this vast multiverse, our lives are not a straight line, but a web of infinite possibilities, each one just as real and vivid as the one we know. Maybe the universe you're living in right now is not the one you should be in. Maybe, in a parallel world, you made a different choice, lived a different life, or even became someone else entirely. The possibilities are staggering, and the idea that these lives are all coexisting at once invites us to reconsider the very nature of reality itself. Having explored the initial foundations of parallel universes, we now delve deeper into the topic, seeking to understand the subtler nuances, the contradictions, and the profound implications of living in a multiverse. To comprehend the full scope of parallel worlds, we must venture into uncharted territory, where the boundaries between reality and imagination blur, where the laws of nature bend, and where the very nature of existence is called into question. 1. Quantum tunneling, the doorway between worlds. One of the most fascinating phenomena in quantum mechanics is quantum tunneling, a process that allows particles to pass through barriers they theoretically shouldn't be able to cross. It's as if the laws of physics are momentarily suspended, granting the particle the ability to tunnel through solid walls or energy barriers. This peculiar behavior has led some theorists to propose that quantum tunneling could be the mechanism by which different universes interact with one another, or even bleed into our own. Imagine that our universe is surrounded by an invisible barrier, a membrane, if you will. On the other side, there exists another parallel universe, with its own distinct set of laws and reality. And perhaps, through the phenomenon of quantum tunneling, we occasionally glimpse fragments of that other universe or, in rare cases, even experience what might feel like glitches in our own world. These could be the flashes of déjà vu, the sudden changes in perception, or the fleeting moments when the boundary between worlds seems thin and fragile. These brief experiences may be the result of quantum tunneling, an occasional window into the vast multiverse that lies just beyond our reach. 2. The many versions of you. Who are you, really? If parallel universes exist, then they may contain an infinite number of versions of you. In one universe, you could be a famous musician, in another, a revered philosopher. In yet another, you might have never left your hometown, or perhaps you made a life-altering decision that completely reshaped your reality. Each of these versions of you is a unique individual, living a life dictated by different choices, different circumstances, and different outcomes. But here's the question that cuts to the heart of the multiverse theory: which one of these versions of you is the real you? Are you simply a collection of experiences, or is there something deeper, an essence, that defines who you are, regardless of the universe in which you reside? This question taps into one of the oldest debates in philosophy, the nature of identity. Is our identity fixed and unchanging, or is it fluid, constantly evolving, shaped by the worlds we inhabit? If we are indeed part of a multiverse, the concept of identity becomes more complex. Perhaps, in a parallel universe, the who you are now isn't the real you at all. Perhaps the real you exists in a universe where you made a different choice long ago, where your life took a different path, and where your experiences shaped a different version of yourself. This notion challenges the idea of a singular, immutable self. In a way, we are all infinite versions of ourselves, living out different possibilities, all connected through the thread of consciousness. The question becomes, how much do we influence these parallel selves, and how much do they influence us? Are we constantly in communication with the infinite versions of ourselves, or is there an unseen force pulling us toward a singular path, one reality out of many? 3. The multiverse and free will, do we have control? In a world of infinite possibilities, where every choice spawns a new universe, the question of free will becomes more complicated. In traditional views, free will is the ability to make choices independent of outside influence. But in the multiverse framework, each choice you make creates a branching universe, suggesting that you have the power to shape not only your destiny but also the very fabric of reality itself. But does that mean we have ultimate control over our fate? If every decision leads to the creation of a new reality, does our sense of choice merely reflect our awareness of the unfolding multiverse, or do we hold the reins to our own existence? It's possible that, within the multiverse, free will is an illusion, an experience that makes us feel as if we're in control when, in fact, we're just participants in an eternal game of cosmic branching. However, there is also the argument that our consciousness plays a central role in navigating these infinite worlds. Just as quantum mechanics suggests that observation affects the outcome of an event, perhaps our awareness of these parallel worlds can shape the course of events. If we are truly the architects of our own realities, then by aligning our intentions, thoughts, and actions, we may consciously create the universe we wish to inhabit. 4. The intersection of science and spirituality, ancient wisdom meets quantum mechanics. As we dive deeper into the multiverse, we begin to see how the ideas of parallel universes might not be as new as they seem. In fact, they may align with the ancient wisdom passed down through millennia of spiritual practice. Take, for example, the teachings of the Tao in Taoism. The Tao is described as the eternal, unchanging force that underlies the universe, yet it is also said to give rise to multiple, ever-changing forms of reality. In Taoist thought, the Tao is often symbolized as a river, constantly flowing, never stagnant, with infinite tributaries feeding into it. These tributaries represent the different paths or realities that emerge from the single stream of existence, much like the many worlds that emerge from the singularity of the quantum field. Similarly, in the Hindu concept of the karma-samsara cycle, the soul is believed to reincarnate across countless lifetimes, each one offering a new version of reality. Just as each incarnation is determined by the actions and choices of the previous one, so too might the choices we make in this lifetime give rise to new, parallel realities in the multiverse. The more we explore both ancient teachings and modern science, the more we see that these ideas are not as distant from one another as they might first appear. The spiritual traditions that once spoke of multiple planes of existence now seem to echo the very theories that quantum physicists are uncovering about the multiverse. It's as if these ancient systems of thought were tapping into a deep, universal truth long before we had the scientific language to articulate it. 5. The mystical experience, glimpses into parallel realities. Finally, many individuals who have undergone mystical experiences, whether through deep meditation, near-death experiences, or altered states of consciousness, report encountering glimpses of alternate realities. Some have described visiting parallel worlds, meeting alternate versions of themselves, or even experiencing realities where different choices were made in their lives. These experiences, though difficult to prove scientifically, seem to point to the idea that there is much more to our existence than we can currently perceive. For those on a spiritual path, these moments of transcendence might offer insight into the nature of the multiverse and the deeper layers of reality. These experiences suggest that there are realms beyond our ordinary perception, where time and space function differently, where multiple versions of reality coexist, and where the soul's journey takes on an even greater significance. Before we continue, there's one final thought I'd like to share that ties everything together. The concept of parallel universes is not just a mind-bending scientific or philosophical curiosity, it's a profound lens through which we can explore the nature of our consciousness, our identity, and the very meaning of existence. It challenges us to reconsider what it means to be human, to live, to make choices. The multiverse invites us to think beyond the constraints of our current reality and imagine a life not as a singular, linear progression, but as an expansive, infinite experience where every decision carries immense weight. Whether or not we ever prove the existence of parallel universes scientifically, the very possibility can inspire a radical shift in our consciousness. It can encourage us to reflect on the choices we make, the lives we lead, and the paths we choose not to walk. In a universe of infinite possibilities, every moment is an opportunity to explore the many versions of ourselves, and perhaps, in doing so, we unlock a deeper connection to the cosmos itself. This idea holds a mystical quality, one that, perhaps, will remain elusive and mysterious, but always beckons us to search for the truths that lie just beyond the veil of our perception. So, with this in mind, as we move forward, let's consider how these insights can be practically applied to our lives. How can we use the knowledge of the multiverse to transform our own journey, step into higher states of consciousness, and unlock our potential? How can we apply the concept of parallel realities to enrich our own lives? While these ideas may seem abstract, the principles that underlie them can be transformative on a personal level, helping us unlock new possibilities for growth, self-awareness, and spiritual awakening. Let's explore how we can take the wisdom of parallel universes and weave it into the fabric of our daily existence. 1. Harnessing the power of choice. One of the most empowering aspects of the parallel universe theory is the idea that every choice creates a new branch of reality. Whether big or small, the decisions we make shape the course of our lives, and even if we don't always see the immediate effects, the multiverse suggests that each option we entertain is valid in its own right. Understanding this concept can encourage us to make decisions more consciously, knowing that every path holds potential for growth. How can we apply this? Start by being mindful of your choices. Each moment is a new opportunity, and by recognizing that we're always choosing between infinite possibilities, we can approach decision-making with a sense of empowerment. For example, if you're faced with a difficult decision, consider not just the immediate consequences, but the possible worlds that each choice could lead to. This practice can help you make more intentional decisions, breaking free from the notion that your life is confined to a single, predetermined path. 2. Shifting consciousness. The idea that we may have access to multiple versions of ourselves in parallel universes invites us to reflect on who we truly are. If every possible version of you exists, what would it be like to step into a new version of yourself, one that embodies the qualities, strengths, or experiences you desire? By shifting our mindset and focusing on the qualities we wish to embody, we can begin to tap into the potential of these parallel selves. This practice can be done through guided meditations or visualization exercises. Picture yourself living in one of these parallel realities, experiencing the life you dream of. See yourself as the successful entrepreneur, the artist, the confident individual you wish to become. Then, bring that energy into your current life. Begin to act in ways that align with the version of yourself you've envisioned. By doing so, you'll begin to bridge the gap between your present reality and the alternate, more empowered version of yourself. 3. The power of quantum leaps. In the world of quantum physics, the term quantum leap refers to an abrupt, discontinuous change in the state of a system. In terms of personal growth, this can translate into moments of dramatic transformation, shifts in consciousness that propel us forward in ways we never thought possible. By embracing the idea of parallel universes, we can begin to see our own potential for rapid, transformative change. How can we create a quantum leap in our lives? Start by breaking free from the limitations of your current self-concept. Recognize that you are not defined by your past mistakes, your circumstances, or even the choices you've made. By understanding that alternate versions of yourself exist, you can choose to step into a new reality, a new way of being. This doesn't mean abandoning who you are, but rather expanding your sense of self to encompass the potential for growth that exists in every moment. Take bold actions, even when they feel outside your comfort zone. Often, these leaps into the unknown are where we unlock the greatest transformations. 4. Navigating the multiverse through meditation and conscious exploration. If consciousness plays a central role in navigating parallel universes, then one of the most powerful tools we have to access these alternate realities is meditation. Meditation allows us to quiet the mind, expand our awareness, and attune ourselves to higher states of consciousness. In these moments of stillness, we can access realms of existence that go beyond the physical world. A practice known as astral projection, often linked to lucid dreaming or deep meditative states, is thought to be a way of exploring these parallel realities. While the scientific community is still debating the phenomenon, many individuals report out-of-body experiences that seem to transcend time and space. During these experiences, some individuals believe they have visited alternate versions of themselves, explored other dimensions, or glimpsed the interconnectedness of all things. To try this, start by practicing deep meditation, focusing on clearing your mind and relaxing your body. As you sink into deeper states of relaxation, set an intention to explore other realities. This can be done through visualizations, asking your higher self to guide you to a parallel universe or even a version of yourself that embodies the qualities you desire. Record your experiences and reflect on the insights you gain. 5. Embracing the uncertainty. Perhaps the most significant lesson from the parallel universe theory is the acceptance of uncertainty and the mystery of existence. We may never fully comprehend the nature of parallel realities, but this doesn't diminish their importance. In fact, embracing the unknown can lead to a deeper connection with the universe. The idea that multiple worlds exist beyond our perception can help us release the need for rigid control over our lives and instead embrace the flow of the cosmos. This mindset is particularly valuable in moments of uncertainty or hardship. When faced with challenges, consider that the situation you're experiencing is just one of many possible outcomes. Another version of you might have found an easier path or a different solution. By accepting the fluidity of reality and being open to the infinite possibilities, we free ourselves from the confines of fear and limitation, allowing room for new possibilities to emerge. 6. Cultivating synchronicity and flow. One of the most mystical aspects of parallel universes is the idea of synchronicity, the occurrence of meaningful coincidences that seem to align perfectly with our desires, thoughts, or intentions. Some believe that these moments of synchronicity are not random, but rather the result of a connection between our reality and other parallel worlds. These cosmic breadcrumbs may serve as signs that we're on the right path or that our intentions are beginning to manifest in ways we don't fully understand. To cultivate more synchronicity in your life, begin by paying attention to the signs around you. When a seemingly random event happens that feels like a sign, take note. Are these occurrences pointing you toward a particular decision or insight? The more you focus on these moments, the more they may appear, helping you feel more connected to the underlying flow of the multiverse. With these practices, you can begin to tap into the power of parallel universes, shaping your reality in ways that feel both expansive and transformative. The key is to remember that you are not confined to a single path. You are part of a much larger, more intricate web of existence, and by aligning your thoughts, actions, and consciousness, you can begin to explore the infinite possibilities that await. As we conclude our exploration into the mystifying and awe-inspiring world of parallel universes, one undeniable truth remains: the idea of a multiverse forces us to expand our perception of reality itself. It invites us to question the very nature of existence, the choices we make, and the possibilities that lie just beyond our conscious awareness. What if the life you're living right now is only one thread in an infinite tapestry of realities? What if every decision you make ripples out into the cosmos, creating new worlds, new experiences, and infinite versions of you? The notion of parallel universes is not merely a scientific curiosity, nor is it a philosophical riddle locked away in ancient texts. It is a profound truth that beckons us to open our minds and hearts to the limitless potential that exists within and around us. From quantum mechanics to ancient spiritual teachings, the idea of parallel worlds is both a mystery and an invitation to embrace the infinite possibilities within our lives and our consciousness. As you reflect on what we've uncovered in this video, I encourage you to think about the choices you make every day. Imagine, for a moment, that each decision is a doorway to a new reality, and that within you lies the power to navigate between them. What version of yourself do you want to become? What world do you wish to create? These questions aren't just theoretical, they are deeply personal, and they are yours to answer. If there's one takeaway from this journey into parallel universes, it's this: you are more than what you see, more than the choices you've already made. You are a vast, infinite being, and the universe, perhaps many universes, are waiting for you to explore, to shift, and to become the best version of yourself. The key lies in your awareness, your choices, and your ability to perceive beyond the veil of ordinary reality. As we close this chapter, I leave you with this thought. The mysteries of the multiverse are vast, but so too is your potential. The parallel worlds may exist just beyond the veil, but your journey to uncover them begins within. If you found this exploration into parallel universes fascinating and thought-provoking, make sure to hit that subscribe button, so you don't miss out on future deep dives into the mysteries of the cosmos. And if you've experienced moments that felt like glimpses into other realities, or if you're ready to explore the possibilities of the multiverse in your own life, leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Let's continue this conversation and awaken the infinite within us all. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep discovering the boundless reality that lies just beyond your perception.